everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. New artwork. Okay, this is actually, I'll just lift you up slightly so you can see it, the full height of it. I did drop it onto a slightly lower peg, but it just didn't look right. So there it is, absolutely beautiful in all its glory. Love it. Was gifted to me about 30 odd years ago from a girlfriend who worked for many years in China. It is painted on cloth and I had it framed up. So, and it's been house to house to house with me. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Got my protections on and my protections here with me because things are getting a bit heated up. Today is Friday, TGIF, but Friday also means, last time there was no King's Parade, somebody knocked down the east wing of the White House. So what on earth is going to happen tomorrow or your guys Saturday? Tomorrow is my 28th. It's the day after for those in the US. Now news has come out that apparently, allegedly, that the orange twerp, the orange idiot, has extended the pause by 10 days, saying that talks are still ongoing, and Tehran are going, talks? What talks? We're not in talks, but anyhow, we know how TACO operates. But what I want to have a look at, now Rosie's Insights did a fabulous reading yesterday about pretty much treason, with the orange twerp having sold military plans to potentially the Ruskies that then pass them on to the Iranians. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. And I've been having that treason card come up for, what, 12 or 18 months? I can't remember how long it's been. Yeah, just absolute, yeah, treason, absolutely is going to be found to be treasonous. And Afefe by Touch by Tarot and Beyond did a fabulous reading as well yesterday. But I want to have a look. So with the No King's Parade, what decks am I going to use? Will Boots on the Ground go in? I'm just going to ask that. And look, to be honest, with all this pre-signaling that has been going on, because you know, we're gonna send, the troops are in the area, or it's the airborne Marines that come in by parachute. We're wanting to take Karog Island, blah 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 blah. So that's the 82nd Airborne, and apparently the 31st Marines are in the area on the USS Tripoli. They might as well give the regime, the US regime, might as well have given Tehran the coordinates and the date of when they're gonna, just unbelievable. I want to have a look to see whether they're actually going to do it, because if they do, all I can say is I hope they packed enough bags. That's what my guides have been saying for weeks. If they go in, it's going to be a massacre. So I'm going to have a look just to see what's happening in that general area. I'm hoping against hope that it will be halted with that Knight of Wands there, that the message will come in at the last minute to pull things up with the Knight of Wands, because otherwise now I'm actually seeing in my mind's eye, there's a movie from ever ago called Gallipoli. Australians will know it. I don't know if it's known anywhere else in the world, but look it up if you want, starring a very young Mel Gibson. And it is about the order, the young men signing up to go off to a conflict, being posted to Gallipoli, which was an absolute disaster. They landed in the wrong bay. The British, it was pretty much the start of the Australian being an independent military force, because the British commanders of the Turkish Peninsula during World War I made such a huge cock up of it all that it cost so unnecessarily enormous numbers of Australian lives. And there's a scene right at the end of it where one of the young fellas, I can't remember the other guy that was in it. Actually, I'll just look it up. Hang on a sec. Right, Mark Lee. So there was Mel Gibson and Mark Lee, who were bestest friends, and they were both. I think um, they were both runners, and they were taken into their particular brigade or platoon or whatever it was as messengers. It was a David Weir movie, very, very good movie. But right at the end, the message, because they didn't have the two-way radios and stuff in those days, they used to use runners that used to run through the trenches to pass the messages from one area to another. And I'm seeing really clearly that last scene where I think it's can't remember which one it is that's doing the running while the other one is about to go over the defences in an attack, and the timing was off on the watches of the particular commanders in these particular areas. So the order had been sent via the runner. I think it was Mel Gibson that was the runner, and the Mark Lee was the one that went over the top. The order was given to not go over the top. And you've got him running and running, dodging bullets and crawling and to try and stop it. And the actual last scene is he's literally there 5 seconds too late, and his best mate goes over the top and is unalived. So now I am just seeing that. My guides are giving me that vision. So it's got me worried. It's got me worried. So, sorry to be bearer of hard times. Let's see how it goes. So, boots on the ground. The orange twerp. The announcement was made, we're going to extend it by 10 days. But what's going to happen with the 82nd Airborne? Come on down, let's have a look. Now I'm just using my boring old Smith-Waite tarot deck. I might grab some cards afterwards from the predictions deck and see where they go. But yeah. Lies, betrayal, deceit, attempting to sneak into camp. 7 of Swords. Just going to have a sip of lemon ginger. Yeah, I don't like this card as the signifier, the 7 of Swords. This hand says something, but they're going to do something else. Challenged by the Hanged Man. Challenges us to stop it. But this is also the card of being prepared to sacrifice. Now, speaking of being prepared to sacrifice, apparently 13 US bases in the Middle Eastern region have been abandoned as uninhabitable, and the troops have moved into hotels and warehouses within civilian areas. Basically human shields, but yeah, willing to sacrifice. Far out, man. You've got the Queen, this card's flipped over, the Queen of Wands at the base. She is, the message here, I hate to say it because I don't like saying it about any queens, but this particular queen, she can also imply messages of prostitution or a prostitution plan. Yeah. In the past, you've got the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups was my Biden card, but you've got the likes of Fleon and Witkoff, and there are so many water energy cards in the regime. This could be Witkoff in the past. Could also be Biden in the past, looking at what's happening. See where it goes. Oh, Browning the reading. The Death card. The immediate future. The not so hidden agenda. The High Priestess in the immediate future. Unexpected news coming out of left field with the Page of Cups about a new plan. Unexpected order perhaps being made. Hopes and fears, the King of Swords, the announcement of a new strategy or this strategy. Could also be big legal questioning about it, but where do we go? Right, those that are living their life of luxury, not listening to public opinion, in their gilded cage, making the decisions, the outcome. Oh, speaking of which, yes, apparently the orange idiot did vote by mail, but that's because he's a busy person, as if everybody else has 6 to 10 hours to stand in a queue. The rah-rah-rah announcement coming from the White House that people are just walking away disgusted from. The 9 of Cups, so we've got 9, 4, 9. One step towards the ending here, the 9 of Cups. Those living in this indolent luxury, thinking the cups are all lined up in a row. How's it going to go? Trying to spin with the Temperance card, but the truth is going to get out there. Truth. And so Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, they're both yes cards. This is the energy in the here and now. This is the outcome. I'm going to try and spin what actually happened, but the truth will get out there. And this is about volatile information about the troops, manipulation, and the casualties with that 9 of Wands. Casualties due to this abusive betrayal with the 5 of Swords. And you've got the 10 of Pentacles, end of an era, legacy, and then the infighting starts in earnest. Oh boy. I think that he's going to order them in. And if they go, it's not going to end well. I mean, you don't have to be a psychic to know he's going to do that. Let's have a look. Will the troops actually go? 82nd Airborne, 31st Marines on the Tripoli. Will the troops actually... Oh, treasonous betrayal, trying to keep a lid on things. Heartbreak, loss, despair, treason. Well, are the troops actually going to go? 4 of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. So I think this is the holding fast and the order comes down. The 10 of Wands. Chaos. And heartbreak, loss, betrayal, treason. Just the Devil. running out of options, but looking at the options to see what they can do next. None of them are good options. On the back foot, trying to defend, trying to keep a lid on the situation, trying to spin the story. Queen of Cups and Temperance, and the Lovers. Full exposure. The contracts and agreements being fully exposed. And then we've got restriction, whistleblowers, trying to flee, down with an illness, delusional, judgment, justice, Ace of Swords. If he does, it's going to go badly. And it is the end for the regime. Okay. What I want to have a look at is, don't even want to use the predictions deck. Wait, it's too dark. MBS demanding US protection. Now, I Googled this and I came up with an article from its website called House of Saud, S-A-U-D, as in Saudi, or House of Saud.com. And the article is MBS already won peace, Iran war Saudi Arabia. Now, no, there's no peace, but basically what's happening is that this news article is MBS has positioned Saudi Arabia to win the post-war order with a US defense pact, a nuclear enrichment deal, and a weakened Iran. So it says the 6 dimensions of leverage analysed. So basically, it doesn't matter how long this conflict takes and how much damage is done. The deals that MBS from Saudi Arabia has made puts the Saudis, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, in the top dog position in that part of the world. So basically, the article says across 6 dimensions of national power, military, economic, diplomatic, energy, nuclear and regional, Saudi Arabia's projected post-war position exceeds its pre-war baseline on every single metric. The damage is real but recoverable, the gains are structural and in several cases irreversible. Nowhere is this more evident in the wartime pivot from mega project construction towards defence, manufacturing, food security and AI. So basically what's happening is that MBS is going to turn this crisis into a windfall. So despite the damages, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, there's the star, being the star. Oil at over $100 a barrel, so they're making a financial killing. A nuclear cooperation agreement with enrichment rights with the US. It doesn't matter which way you look at it, MBS is pretty much, it's not even the Israelis, it's MBS, the Saudis, using the US, as Bo of the Fifth Column used to say, foreign relations or international diplomacy is like a poker game where everyone is cheating and bluffing, playing each other against each other. So the Yahoo thought that He was hiring the US mercenaries. Perhaps the US mercenaries were being hired instead, because you're talking about Kush and Kov. Yep, Israel out in the cold. Kush and Kov, looking at new opportunities for the King of Pentacles to increase the strength. And absolutely, yes, 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 yes. With the Sun card, Kush and Kov. They weren't working for Israel. They weren't working for Is Not Real. They weren't working for the Ruskies. They weren't working for Iran. They weren't working for the US. They were working for the Saudis. Well, Kush was anyhow. So let's have a look. This end game, was everyone played? Was everyone played? Yes. The lies, the deceit, the stealing, the hidden agenda, the Strength card, the Sun card. Absolutely. The hidden agenda. Even the orange twerp got played, I think. The orange twerp got played as well. With the Emperor, the Nine of Cups, and the throwing under the bus, Five of Wands. No love? Okay, thank you. I'm hearing the Sun card. There's no, sorry, the Star card, which is the narcissist. I'm hearing there's no love lost between Kush and the orange idiot. No, okay. I'm just going to say, my guys just said he cannot stand his brothers-in-law. He thinks they're idiots. He thinks they're fools. We know they're idiots and fools, but he can't stand that family. He thinks they're all idiots and fools. So Kush, did Kush play everyone, including the Yahoo? Did Kush play everyone to do MBS's bidding, including his father's, one of his father's best friends? Did Kush play everyone? Come on down, let's have a look. Yep. Emotionally walked away from everyone. I don't even think I was going to say I don't think he even likes Ivanka, but I don't think he actually has any feeling one way or the other with Ivanka. No emotional ties whatsoever. Planning going on behind the scenes. Dark money. I mean, we know he got $2 billion plus whatever else from the Saudis. I don't know whether this is MBS or Kush or whoever it is, but this King of Cups. It's also the diplomat, the negotiator on the high seas in the past. You've got this riding in as a winner, but it's a false victory. Quite telling with this plan. Grounding the reading, the false knight, the Trojan horse, the immediate future, getting a payout. I'd say quite a nice payout here with the Six of Pentacles, the contracts and agreements that were made behind the scenes with that Two of Cups. Internally, this is an interesting one. Nine of Wands. His back is up against the wall here, bruised and battered with this plan that he's carried in victoriously here. Might not quite go as he thought it would, as they thought they would. Okay, Temperance, the alchemy, pouring from cup to cup to bring about a new dawn with this new world order. The outcome, Queen of Cups, King of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. I mean, I do always see him and Ivanka getting divorced. Trying to keep a lid on the truth of the situation, but it may come out. And then we've got the Ten of Cups and then Karma Cat biting him on the bum. Volatile information comes out. The Queen of Swords about the Magician, the manipulation, and the Ace of Cups, the emotional overwhelming, but also the cleansing, the infighting that's going to happen, a whistleblower in regards to these oligarchs. You've got the Strength card. He's trying to control what the orange twerp does, but you've got off the cliff with the Fool. He's got his plan waiting for the ship to come in. Could be yeah, no, I think this is just the foolishness. La, 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 la. Plan, trying to bring the plan to fruition, to feather his nest, but something unexpected is going to happen. He's going to find himself out in the cold. The Ace of Wands, the Ten of Swords. Okay, thank you. It's not going to end well for Kush. What I'm getting from that is that, yeah, he and MBS, yeah, there's a plan there. Entertainment only. I know it's a little bit blurry. Let's see if I trying to fix. Yeah, that's right. Another one there. Sent by gorgeous viewers. Yeah, I think he mercenaried out, but it's going to backfire on him. The manipulation and then the throwing under the bus. Tell me, is Kush's deal with MBS to come out on top, how's that going to work out? Volatile information coming out. How's that going to work out? Oh, did anyone see the orange idiot? His signature's going to be on the notes or something for the 250th? Always let him be gone before that's even a thing. How's the... It's really interesting. This is why Tehran has asked for Shady, not Kush and Kov, because they're aware of this deal. So they're throwing a spanner in Kush's works, is what I'm getting. Show me, how is Kush and MBS's deal actually going to work out? Okay, so you've got here this may also be the troops not being sent in because they're halting, and I know Egypt's not involved, but the fact that it's desert and they could be dunes makes me think it's the Middle East. So the plan is hopefully not going to go forward. The Wheel of Fortune karma coming and biting him on the bum, thinking the cups are all lined up and ready to go, but the orange twerp, he's trying to control the orange idiot, and he's emotionally walked away. Or maybe he's going to have to walk away from this plan. He thinks it's all lined up, but no, it's not. You've got the smoke and mirrors and poor choices, something being exposed. that's going to bring about his downfall. Here's this King of Cups again, whoever they are, the diplomat, the negotiator, potentially regret, good, as the something about the contract or agreement is exposed, to prostitute the US troops. And then we've got this King of Wands and the Fool, some sort of action taken, foolish action taken. And there's going to be news out of left field that comes forward that's going to expose this partnership. You've got the manipulation, you've got the judgment, you've got the death card, you've got the Russian card. Oh boy, is it going to work out? No, I don't think it is. The inability to harvest, something to do with money changing hands, but then you've got the military waiting for the ship to come in, but the infighting happening instead. It's not going to, there's something coming where it's not going to work out for them. So yeah, I'm just going to say, Kush, pretty much, he has instigated this and played everybody. Entertainment only, allegedly, just reading what the cards say. What an idiot. And I'm just going to say, he can't stand his in-laws. Neither can we. Okay. That was a lot to unpack. Catch you shortly.